It is a beautiful start to a good-looking Thursday. Happy Thursday. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's the 24th day of October 2019. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host, and it's down the road we go with those beautiful cobalt blue skies above us. Another beautiful day today. It was a beautiful day yesterday, beautiful day Tuesday. Big changes coming in the weather coming up this weekend. It starts tomorrow. Major wind event will be coming our way. We'll see gusts about 40 miles an hour on Friday afternoon and Friday evening. That all-important weather forecast is coming up, and what's going on is there's going to be a very very fast-moving, strong frontal system that's going to come in. We're going to be very mild tomorrow. We're talking about tomorrow now. We'll be in the lower 60s, so it'll be very warm for this time of the year, but big-time wind, and it's going to usher in some seriously cool air. Some Arctic air is going to come down, and it's going to hang around for a while. That forecast is coming up, but another beautiful day today. Get out and enjoy this late October weather. Forecast details are coming up. Also, your latest news headlines on this Thursday. Lots of sports previewing both the Eastmont Wildcat Eisenhower Cadet football game that will be down in Yakima tomorrow night. And also the Wenatchee Panthers have their biggest game of the year, without question, come tomorrow night when Sunnyside comes to town to leave off the field at the Apple Bowl. We will, of course, have that game for you live tomorrow night right here on the NCW Life channel. And, of course, World Series and all kinds of cool stuff to talk about when we get to sports. It's Thursday. Kennel cameos will be coming your way. Chico the cat needs a home. Also, we have all the usual shenanigans. Today in history, we got some celebrity birthdays. Mike McNally's got an opinion. We have an obscure holiday to pass your way. And yesterday afternoon, Rachel and I went up to Orondo to the Trusting Spirit Horse Rescue Ranch, all part of our Make a Difference Day profiles. We've been doing them all this week. We talked to Claudia, we talked to Cindy, we talked to Stephanie, we toured their beautiful facility, but it needs a little TLC. It's all volunteer, and you'll learn a lot more about the Trusting Spirit Horse Rescue Ranch in the back half of the hour with that conversation. And again, they have a big project coming up on Make a Difference Day, which is Saturday, day after tomorrow. My, this week just flew right by. It's about 3 minutes after the hour. 39 degrees, mostly clear skies, just a few high clouds. Let's take you around the valley with our Valley View cameras. Cross camera is tilted up and zoomed back just a little bit. That's a phenomenal view of the Wenatchee Valley. Again, that's a high definition camera. That's a 4K camera, 4 times the resolution. That's a regular high definition camera. So it's just an incredible view, just stunning there. The naked eye is really the way to look at things, though. At Wenatchee Heights, but don't go up there. Just look at it that way. All right, good morning, Wenatchee. Good morning, East Wenatchee. Good morning, Sunny Slope. And everybody out there, and we want to thank you for starting your day with us here on the NCW Life channel. That's the one camera we always begin with from this point forward. It's Megan's Choice. Sounds like a movie, doesn't it? Oh, wait a minute, that was Sophie's Choice, and that made me cry. Let me think here, Megan. Don't tell me. I don't know. I want to say Tumwater. Yeah, okay. Megan says, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Tumwater Canyon. That's Leavenworth that we see down there. Obviously, it's pointing east because the sun is coming up. What a phenomenal view that is. I wonder how Oktoberfest is going so far in Leavenworth. I wonder if it went okay. I didn't make it up this year. I went to Oktoberfest one year, and for me, once was plenty. I had a good time. We love Leavenworth, but once is plenty for me. Good morning, Leavenworth. Camera number 3. It's a slow dissolve to another sunrise. That looks maybe like the Apple Annie's camera. Steins Hill. Okay, well, I missed that one. Not too far off, but that's not bad. That's our Steins Hill camera. Of course, all of these cameras, by definition, have to be up there pretty darn high for the whole Sky-Fi system to work. Sunrise this morning. We're not there yet, and it's going to be a little while. 7:32 officially will be sunrise this morning. The sun will go down at 5:57 tonight. That'll buy us 10 hours and 25 minutes of daylight as the days continue to get shorter. And finally, camera 4. We're going to take a look at high clouds and mountains. Okay, I have no clue what we're looking at there, Megan. Oh, okay, so that's up the Lake Wenatchee area. It's Coles Corner, Nanapoc Ridge. Good morning, Lake Wenatchee. Of course, they got 2 significant projects up there for Make a Difference Day. We profiled those a couple of days ago. They're going to winterize and clean up the YMCA camp on the north shore of Lake Wenatchee, and on the south shore of Lake Wenatchee, the historic Camp Zanikalachi. It goes back 82 years, that camp. But the same deal as the Y camp. They got to get it all winterized. They got to clean out the cabins. They got to pick up all the debris. They're going to be doing some burn piles, stuff like that. So head on up to beautiful Lake Wenatchee and give those fine folks a hand this weekend if you possibly can. And they're going to put you up, too, if you want to come up on On Friday night, you can sleep in a cabin. They'll feed you. That's not a bad deal. Same deal on Saturday night. So good morning to our friends up at Lake Wenatchee. And big shout out to all of our friends in Winton. We are the #1 rated live local TV show in the greater Winton area. Something we're quite proud of. 6 minutes after the hour. Let's take a look at your weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Pretty benign day. That's kind of weird. There we go. Afternoon temperatures just about 60 or so. Lots of sunshine, no wind. Beautiful day, just like yesterday. We hit 59 yesterday. Our normal high would have been 57, so it was just a skosh above normal. Our overnight low yesterday was 38. Our normal overnight low, 38. Hit that one right on the button. So with fair skies at 39 degrees, we'll climb that ladder up to just about 60. Again, lots of sunshine, just a couple of high-level clouds hanging around. And then things change big time come Friday. Take a look at the winds on Friday. These are the afternoon gusts and even into the early evening gusts. Again, a fast-moving, strong frontal system is going to come through. It's not going to last particularly long, but while it's here, it's going to be very blustery on Friday afternoon. It's also going to usher in some pretty chilly temperatures over the weekend. So all the places that you see there, that's the direction of the wind and how strong the wind gusts will be. So here in the Wenatchee Valley, we could see gusts above 40 miles an hour. It'll be very consistent wind, about 20 to 26 miles an hour pretty much all day Friday, and really right into Friday night. We'll have gusts even near 40 on Friday night, but eventually by 9:30, 10 o'clock on Friday night, the winds will be dying down quite a bit. Little breezy on Saturday, but look how much cooler we're going to be on Saturday. Only 52 degrees. This is the Arctic air that this frontal system is going to bring into the valley. And right behind that is going to be a high pressure ridge. So all that cold air is going to come in on Friday night into Saturday. As you can see, it's going to be 12 degrees cooler on Saturday than we're expecting tomorrow. And then the high pressure ridge is going to trap that cold air in. Could even have some air inversion issues by the time we get to Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So the big long-term forecast is going to be lots of sunshine, no wind, but very chilly temperatures, and we're going to be seeing those overnight lows dipping below freezing by the time the weekend wraps up. So again, sunny and mild today, high of about 60. Clear tonight, 42 for the overnight low. Very windy, especially Friday afternoon into Friday evening. Gusts about 40 miles an hour. Everybody's going to be dealing with wind all over the north central Washington area, and then sunny and quite cool for Make a Difference Day weekend. That's your forecast. It's 8 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. We have your Thursday morning news. It's just 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're broadcasting live this morning from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
My first experience with CVCH, I had to come in with my daughter by myself with a cut in my hand that required stitches. And the care and compassion at CVCH was really significant, that they took the care and compassion and made me feel more as a human instead of just a patient there. The care they have for their community all around, inside and outside the clinic, is what I feel like is different. And that's what makes me want to come back to CVCH and recommend them to my friends and family.
Sorrento's restaurant at Chelan Cellars provides a unique dining experience. The dining room provides a spectacular view of the Lake Chelan Valley. Lunch and dinner are served daily, and the weekend brunch is something that must be experienced and won't soon be forgotten. From the menu to the music, nothing is overlooked. At Sorrento's, you will always be impressed, especially when you discover how close and how affordable luxury can be. It's all within your reach at Sorrento's at Chelan Cellars.
We have a few high clouds, 39 degrees, quite a bit of sunshine, but just a couple of passing high clouds. High today of about 60. Very windy on Friday, but very mild, and then lots of sunshine and well below normal temperatures coming up for the weekend. Here's just making headlines on this Thursday. That lone hiker from Moses Lake who ventured towards a North Cascades fire lookout, still missing, and it's been just about a week. 28-year-old Rachel Lockaduck went by herself a week ago today. She was trying to reach the Hidden Lakes Lookout at Marble Mount. That's a 7-mile trek, and Marble Mount, the lookout tower, is at about 7,000 feet above sea level. She has not been seen since. Skagit County Undersheriff Chad Clark told us yesterday that rescuers have not given up hope.
Yesterday, searchers were finally able to make it up to the cabin where we're assuming that she was going to try to get to and stay. and they made it to that cabin, and she was not there. So we had confirmation over the weekend that on Thursday, when she went to the hike, that she was seen and talked to other hikers that were coming down the trail about halfway up. And so we know that she was on the trail at least halfway up, and that's the last time she was talked to that we know of. So we made it to the cabin, and she wasn't there. Whether she'd been there or not, we don't know. So right now, the search is going on. We got some dogs going up with articles of clothing to look for her scent. We are going to do an aerial search with helicopters to the best of our ability with the cloud situation right now. We also have UAVs. We have drones in the sheriff's office that we're taking up there to look in the area today, and with ground search as well. The conditions up there are still challenging. The snow level is it's 7,000 feet where this cabin is in the area, and so there's drifts of snow anywhere from 2.5 to 6 feet. And it snowed quite a bit since the time she started hiking until yesterday. And we've had a little break in the weather now to where we can get up in there again and keep looking.
Clark says the Hidden Lakes Trail is a very popular hiking route, but hey, it's late October. The weather can be tricky, and Lackadook's trip coincided with the onset of heavy storms. We'll keep you in the loop on this story. Well, the Wenatchee City Council is set to act on the next phase of the North Wenatchee redevelopment project. At tonight's meeting, council members will be asked to award a contract for the demolition of the former Northwest Wholesale buildings on North Wenatchee Avenue. It's one of the next steps for the development of Columbia Avenue. That'll serve surplus parcels being sold by the city. Those parcels were acquired from the Washington State Department of Transportation after they moved out to Old Station. 8 bids were received for the demolition project. SkyCorp Ltd. of Arlington submitted the low bid of a little over $200,000. Demolition of the building is scheduled to be completed in December. You folks in East Wenatchee, well, you can learn more about 2 planned highway construction projects at an upcoming open house. A new roundabout at the intersection of State Route 28, Sunset Highway, and 35th Street will be discussed, as well as the nearby Cascade Avenue intersection with US 2 and US 97. DOT officials say the improvements will enhance safety and mobility in a growing area that includes development of the new East Side Wenatchee Landing project. Work at the 2 locations is part of one combined project. They'll start work May of next year. The October 30th open house will be held at the DOT's North Central Washington headquarters in Old Station. Well, in just over a week, the Museum of the Columbia at Rocky Reach Discovery Center will close for good. After more than 50 years, the center at the Rocky Reach Dam will hold their final night at the museum. It will be on Friday, November 1st. From 5:30 to 8:30, guides will lead visitors through the exhibits and share their favorite stories. Behind those displays will also be a sneak peek at what's ahead for the Discovery Center, which of course is owned by the Chelan County PUD. There's going to be an 18-month remodel. The visitor center is going to be far more dynamic and interactive than it is now. That's according to the leaders of the project. A few of the current museum exhibits will stay at the new facility. Others will go to the Wenatchee Valley Museum or Cultural Center, and still others will go into storage. And finally, on this Thursday morning, Link Transit has a treat for people who are heading downtown on Halloween. Free rides. Free is a good price. The idea is to make it easy for people to participate in the annual trick-or-treating on the avenue. The free rides start at 2 o'clock on Halloween. Buses usually pick up at least once every half hour, and most of the buses will get you within a couple of blocks of the action down on the avenue. By the way, trick-or-treaters, you can also stop by our building here on North Chelan in Yakima Street and get some candy, provided that we don't eat it all first. And there's a distinct possibility that that might happen. It's 14 minutes. They've hid the candy from us. We can't find the candy. It's somewhere in the building, but we can't find it. We're going to endeavor to find it, though. Trust me on that one. 15 minutes after the hour, that's what's making headlines on this Thursday morning. What's going to be the news that they're working on for tonight's news? Here's my friend Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. We'll give you a preview of some of the events happening around the valley for you to enjoy this weekend. I'll have your complete North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric will be in with all the day's sports. That and much more coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News. Dan, back to you.
We appreciate it, Grant. And don't forget, the news will come your way, as Grant mentioned, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10, available on demand on our website. We also put a link to our Facebook page, so bookmark our website, ncwlife.com, and bookmark our Facebook page, and you can use those two internet-based applications to get a hold of us. We have a contact us icon on our website, and also you can just drop us a line via our Facebook Messenger. You can email us, news@ncwlife.com. If you prefer to pick up the telephone and give us a call, you can pick up the telephone and give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. If you have a news tip or you just want to compliment us, get a hold of us. We'd love to hear from you. It's just about 16 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. When we come back, we got sports, the obscure holiday. We got today in history, got some celebrity birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion, kennel cameos, and our visit to our good friends at the Trusting Spirit Horse Rescue Ranch. It was a great conversation yesterday. All that coming up between now and the top of the hour. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Live this morning from Studio 6 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
In the heart of apple country sits Lone Pine Fruit and Espresso, a cozy cafe, a fabulous fruit stand, and an eclectic gift shop. Stop in for a hard cider, local brew, or an espresso. The cool, crisp air brings in a harvest of fresh veggies and fall fruits like pears, plums, and apples. Have lunch and choose the perfect pumpkin for your pie or porch. Celebrate the season with a trip to Lone Pine Fruit and Espresso.
Are you like many who are lacking in their retirement plan but are skeptical to talk to an advisor? Are you concerned about where you should put your money or who to trust? At Solomon Financial, we are more about the people we serve than policies or products. We are a fee-based fiduciary with the mission of giving you the peace of mind so you can live the retirement of your dreams. If you have any of these questions or concerns, we'd welcome you to come see us.
We're back 17 minutes after the hour. Let's do sport. Kurt Suzuki's solo home run in the top of the seventh broke a 2-2 tie, and the avalanche began. It was a 6-run seventh inning, and Washington just hammered Houston in the 115th World Series. The final was 12-3. They have a 2-0 lead. Suzuki's homer came off Houston starter Justin Verlander, who took the loss. He is winless in 6 World Series starts in his career. Anthony Rendon's 2-run double got the game started in the first for Washington. The Astros countered in the bottom of the first, a 2-run home run by Alex Bregman, and then Verlander and Steven Strasburg, who started for Washington. They kind of settled down from there. They shut down batters over the next 5 frames, and then the 7th inning came along. Washington brought 10 men to the plate. In the 7th inning, they scored 6 runs on 4 hits. The Nationals played add-on from there. Adam Eaton had a 2-run home run in the 8th. Asdrubal Cabrera had an RBI base hit. Washington added another run in the 9th. Michael Taylor's solo home run. So they're up 2-0. It's back to the nation's capital. Friday, 5:08, Zach Greinke will take on Anibal Sanchez. Bliss Littler. Happy birthday, Bliss. You got a great birthday present last night. The Wenatchee Wild just trounced West Kelowna at the Town Toyota Center. The final was 6-0. Luke Ormsby scored 43 seconds into the game. That set the tone for the rest of the night. Trevor Grobel lit the lamp just before the end of the first period. That gave Wenatchee a 2-0 lead, and before the night was over, it was a goal-scoring party. Nick Caffarelli, Brian Adams, Quinn Emerson got on the scoring barrage. Art Jecker with the call to the Wenatchee Wild. Hockey Network video, courtesy of Hockey TV.
Ormsby, and then ahead on the near side, Adams feeds it to Young on the left wing. Young in, top of the circle, finds it through, shot and a score! Luke Ormsby with the redirection. Tyler Young had it on the left wing and sent it across, and Ormsby with the simple tip. Ormsby with it, 5 seconds left. Shot by Ormsby, blocked. Loose in front, shot again. Loose puck, score! At the horn. Trevor Grabel tucks it home. Shot, stick save, rebound, score! Caffarelli got the rebound. Bavaro took the shot. And Derek turned it aside, but a spongy rebound sitting right there for Caffarelli to sweep home. Crossing feed, up high. Young to Bavaro, back to Young. Tangled up in his ankles for a moment, comes back up high. Bavaro's wrister, score! I believe that was Brian Adams that got the stick on that. Emerson guides it across. Loose in front, shot, score! Quinn Emerson finished it off. And back behind the net, it's stolen and shoved home. Luke Ormsby with a short-handed goal. And the final seconds are going to tick away here. And Noah Altman will post his first shutout of the season. Now that's a birthday present for Bliss Littler. A shutout victory in your home barn on your birthday. That's about as good as it gets.
Goalkeeper for Wenatchee, Noah Altman, picked up his first shutout of the season. They had 19 shots on goal. He's stopped every one of them. It's the second consecutive shutout for the Wild. Salmon Arms coming into town, by the way, Friday and Saturday. Both games, of course, at the Town Toyota Center. They'll drop the puck each night at 7:05. All right, let's talk preps. We'll start out with the prep soccer schedule for today. You got Cashmere traveling to Chelan at 4 o'clock. Bridgeport will host Tenasket at 4:30. Brewster visits Manson. Quincy's at Toppenish. Prosser will host Ephrata. All those get going at 6. At 7 o'clock, it's Wenatchee and the West Valley Rams at Leaboff to Field to the Apple Bowl. Our crew will be there. We're going to record it. We're going to play it back for you Saturday afternoon at 1. So that's soccer. Let's talk volleyball. And yep, they're busy. 6:30 tonight, you got Manson at Brewster, Soap Lake hosting Bridgeport, Orville's at Waterville Mansfield, Chelan welcomes Cashmere. At 7 o'clock, you got Sela at Ephrata, Quincy hosting East Valley of Yakima, Davis is at Eastmont, and Wenatchee will travel to West Valley. It's kids swim in Moses Lake. Eastmont and Wenatchee swimmers join the rest of the Big Nine. League swim and dive meet at Moses Lake starts today at 4 o'clock. And there's one cross-country meet today in the CWAC. Ephrata and Ellensburg will run against Quincy. It's at the Clockham Ridge Golf Course at 5 o'clock, so don't bother getting a tee time. You won't be playing golf. The Eastmont Wildcats suffered just a really tough loss. Their first loss of the season on Friday to Sunnyside down there on the road, 29-28. It was a heartbreaker. As you might imagine, Eastmont head coach Michael Don says his kids took it pretty hard.
We were disappointed. We, thought we did enough to win the game. We just didn't make plays when we had to. The one thing that Sunnyside did really well is they made plays in big situations. It seemed like every third down, every fourth down, anytime they absolutely had to get a play, they made it. We just didn't make the big plays when we had to. We moved the ball. We averaged close to 8 yards per play for the game. We got in the red zone multiple times and didn't finish. And, we just didn't make we didn't make it when we had to. And the kids are disappointed. But at the same time, you always look at it and go, it's good to be disappointed when you're sitting at 6-1. It's disappointing for the kids. We had high, lofty expectations for this year, and so far we haven't met them. But we got 3 more weeks to go, and we just got to keep battling it out.
Don said the loss was a good lesson for his players, that life in football will prepare you for real life later on.
We try to live by the move on. Saturday we came in. We talked about it. We watched some film. We looked at our mistakes, and we looked at things we've got to do better as both coaches and players. And then, come Monday, it's time to start focusing on Ike and get better. And we use it as a life lesson for the guys. Football's only going to last so long, but we're able to point out, things that we're not doing to the best of our ability and say, look, guys, I don't care how talented you think we are or, how good we think we are. Every week you got to come out prepared and ready to go, and that's something you got to do in life. It doesn't matter whether you're the manager at your job or you're the lowest person on the totem pole. If you don't work, there's always an opportunity that somebody can move up past you, or you can get fired or move down. And kids are learning, and that's what we're looking for.
Wildcats will be on the road. They'll be in Yakima tomorrow night. Yakima, of course, the gateway to Wapato. They'll be taking on Eisenhower at Zeffel Stadium tomorrow at 7 o'clock. For the Wenatchee Panthers, well, the team that Eastmont lost to is coming to leap off the field at the Apple Bowl. Yep, here comes Sunnyside. Of course, last year the Panthers had their playoff hopes damaged when they lost to Sunnyside on the road 14-10. Coach Scott Devereaux says a win Friday, yeah, I'd feel pretty good.
We just want to win. A victory is payback. We had them last year. They made a play towards the end of the game. And, one thing that I remember the most is we were in the red zone, I think, 6 times and couldn't score. So, that was the name of the game right there. So, we're going to finish this week.
Senior linebacker Ty Waterman expects Sunnyside to be tough as always.
Sunnyside's a great team. They got a great receiver in Mike and a really hard running back. They got a great-looking defense, but I feel like we're, if not better, on par with them, and we can win this game.
So what did you think as a team when you heard after your game against Davis that they knocked Eastmont off last week?
It's not a surprise. Watching that game on film, it was a trench warfare. Like, they worked hard, both those teams, and I think we're the 3 best teams in the league, and I expect nothing less than coming down the wire in that game.
Wenatchee and Sunnyside is definitely the game of the weekend. We'll have it for you tomorrow night. If you can't make it to leave off the field to the Apple Bowl, we always encourage you to go to the game, but if you can't make it, we'll have it for you. 6:45 pregame, kickoff at 7 o'clock. By the way, Eric will have more on that big matchup tomorrow night for the evening news tonight at 5, 6, and 10. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Thursday at 26 minutes after the hour. The obscure holiday. My bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. My bologna has a second name. It's, you know the story. It's National Bologna Day. Bologna. And bologna has a legal definition. I did not know this. Of course, bologna is the American version of bologna is named after the Italian city of Bologna, which is where bologna came from. But the USDA has an actual definition of what can be called bologna. It can be made of pork, beef, chicken, or lamb, but the meat has to be so finely ground that there could be no flecks of lard or spices to be seen anywhere in the bologna. Of course, bologna sandwiches are by far one of the most popular sandwiches in the world. It's super easy to make. A couple pieces of bologna, cheese, lettuce, mayo, done. Done. Some people like fried bologna. I do not. Have a bologna sandwich today and celebrate National Bologna Day today. This show is often full of bologna. 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Her name was Annie Edson Taylor. She was a school teacher. She was getting near retirement. She was afraid she wasn't going to have any money to retire on, didn't have a pension. She was a school teacher. Some things haven't changed much. She didn't make a lot of money. So she decided to become a celebrity by going over Niagara Falls in a barrel. She became the first person to ever do this. It happened 118 years ago, October 24th, 1901. She survived. It was her birthday, by the way. It was her 63rd birthday. She went over the falls. She had a little cut in her head, and that was it. She was hoping that this stunt would make her fairly rich. It didn't work. She spent the rest of her life living in the Niagara Falls area, and people would take their picture with Annie Edson Taylor, and she would charge them for it, and that was pretty much it. And I'm quoting. This is a quote from Annie. "If it was my dying breath, I would caution anyone against attempting this feat. I would sooner walk up to the mouth of a cannon knowing it was going to blow me to pieces than make another trip over the falls." She was nuts 118 years ago today. Happy 88th birthday to the busiest bridge in the world. The George Washington Bridge opened to traffic on October 24th, 1931. We're going to take a drive over the George Washington Bridge. Here we go. It's going to be slightly time-lapse. You got that for me, Megan? Here we go. All right. We're driving from New Jersey, Fort Lee, New Jersey. We went through the Easy Pass lane, so you don't have to pay the $15 toll. Yeah, it's $15 to cross from New Jersey into New York City over the George Washington Bridge. Get out of my way, a bunch of New York drivers. So here we go. We're driving over the bridge. Yeah, it costs $15 to cross from New Jersey to New York. It doesn't cost anything, by the way, to cross from Manhattan into New Jersey. Over 108 million vehicles cross the George Washington Bridge every year. It opened on this date 88 years ago today with just the upper deck. They added the lower deck in the 1960s. We're on our way from New Jersey to Manhattan. Get out of my way. These people in New York, they drive like idiots. This is a time-lapse video, and actually the video in real time from the toll booth to Manhattan lasted about 6.5 minutes. I squeezed it down to 90 seconds. Happy birthday to the George Washington Bridge. It's 88 years old today. The Vietnam War is an interesting war. It doesn't really have a set start date and a set end date. Unlike most wars, World War I, World War II, Korea, they have days when the war started and the date when the war ended. That's really not the case with the Vietnam War. But if you want to say it kind of sort of started on this date, it would have been this date, October 24th, 1954. That's when President Eisenhower said, South Vietnam, we're going to support you. If you end up having a civil war, we will support the South Vietnamese. So there you go. We kind of dipped our toe in the water in Vietnam 65 years ago today. This is a very strange disaster that happened 59 years ago today. It was known as the Netherlands catastrophe after one of the people who were killed in it. Check out this incredible footage. It was a R-16 ballistic missile This was at the Soviet Union's Baikonur Cosmodrome space facility. It blew up. Over 100 people were killed. It became known as the Nedelin catastrophe because one of the people killed was one of the top military officials in the Soviet Army. Field Marshal Mitrofan Nedelin died amongst the 100 or so people who died. His death, by the way, was reported to the Soviet people to have occurred in a plane crash. All of the other people who died, remember, this was a ballistic missile test. This was super duper top secret. All the other people who died, and over 100 people died, basically the Soviet Union didn't tell anybody about it. They didn't even tell their families. Just one day, Bob just didn't come home from work. They kept it a secret until April of 1989. They could do that back then. The Nedelin catastrophe happened 59 years ago today. And finally, one of those weird anomalies I found the other day. October 24th, 1977, 42 years ago today, that's the 1977 calendar, Veterans Day is observed on the fourth Monday in October for the seventh and last time. Yeah, between 1971 and 1977, we celebrated Veterans Day on the fourth Monday in October. The following year, they moved it to where it should be and should always be. November 11th is Veterans Day, but for that strange little 7-year period in the 70s, we moved it. Don't know why. Birthdays, celebrity birthdays. His legal name was J.P. Richardson, Giles Paul Richardson. Everybody knew him as the Big Bopper. He wrote Chantilly Lace, had a #1 hit with that. White Lightning, the great song by George Jones. Running Bear was a #1 hit. A Little Red Riding Hood. The legendary J.P. Richardson, known professionally as the Big Bopper, died in the plane crash alongside Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the pilot Roger Peterson. J.P. Richardson was also one of the top disc jockeys in America, born in the state in 1930. Bill Wyman, formerly of the Rolling Stones, is 83 years old today. He was the bassist for the Rolling Stones from 1962 to 1993. And then he said, I'm retiring. I'm 83 years old. I have no business playing rock and roll with you guys anymore. Occasionally he comes up on stage and plays with the guys. Bill Wyman, the longtime bassist for the Rolling Stones, is 83 years old today. And a gentleman I met when he was in Wenatchee filming Surviving the Game, F. Murray Abraham. Of course, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor in Amadeus. F. Murray Abraham. Remember when they filmed that movie, Surviving the Game? He came into my record store. I said, hi, can I call you F? He said no. He's 80 years old today, by the way. F. Murray Abraham is. 33 minutes after the hour, we still got Mike McNally's opinion coming your way, plus our visit with our friends at the Trusting Spirit Horse Rescue Ranch in Orondo. They have a big project coming up on Saturday for Make a Difference Day. That's coming up between now and the top of the hour. But first things first, Chico the Cat Needs a Home. It's Kennel Cameos with Megan McPherson.
Hey guys, Megan here with the NCW Life Channel. We're here with Renee Parkins, the Development Officer of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us this week is Chico.
Chico is loving the ear scratches today. He is a sweet boy. We don't know a lot about him. He was abandoned by his family. They relocated, and he was found outdoors by a neighbor. But he is just a sweet boy. He seems to get along well with kids. Mm-hmm. We think he'd probably be a pretty good mouser. And he is looking for someone to give him scratches every day.
Yeah. And if someone's interested in adopting him, what should they do?
They can come down to the shelter, take him into one of the meet and greet moves, kind of get to know him, see if he's going to be a good fit for their family, and then they can take him home.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway, or visit chartercollege.edu.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old, fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Crown Furniture knows the most important part of a healthy and productive lifestyle is a good quality sleep. The Englander Mattress Company is dedicated to manufacturing the very best mattresses made in the USA. Englander chooses the finest materials made in the USA with a drive, dedication, and attention to detail, earning them a 99% satisfaction rating. Stop by Crown Furniture today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue and save up to 45% during their Fall Better Sleep sales event.
My name is Anaisa Lemus, and I teach at John Newberry Elementary. I had a tooth in the front that was just always causing me problems. It was just happening so regularly. I went to go get a root canal done, and the root canal didn't help a whole lot because when it came back, both of my parents went to Dr. Divis's office. They really recommended him because he had done such a great job on their teeth. I went and really have had a really pleasant experience with him. He just made me feel really at ease with everything. He was really confident with what he was doing. He said, this is one of his favorite parts of his job, which really made it easier for me because, when you're really passionate about something, they're going to do a good job. As a teacher, my students, I'll tell them randomly sometimes, oh yeah, with my fake tooth, they're always so shocked. Like, what? It looks like your real tooth. And I'm really happy with the results now.
This is Dr. John Divis. Please call us today.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, okay, I need to know. Does my wife Rosie have some kind of superpower? It seems like everywhere I'm about to go, she either gets there first or gets in my way. Now, the other day I was about to get a paper towel, and as soon as I turned in that direction, she got between me and the paper towel dispenser. And she put something in the trash. Another time I just turned to go into our kitchen computer, and as I headed there, she got in front of me, already sitting down at the desk. And it's not just in our home where this happens, it's everywhere. And not only that, just as I'm about to do something, like open a window, she says to me, Mike, open the window. This happens all the time. Now, I need to know, does every wife do this? I really think I need to report this to someone. I mean, this is a miracle. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand, a time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
The world around us is constantly changing.
Major employers in North Central Washington have expressed a need for capable, qualified engineering technologists who can think critically and solve problems. And at Wenatchee Valley College, we listened. We are pleased to offer a Bachelor of Applied Science Engineering Technology degree to provide you with a world of new opportunities. Your time is now. The future is waiting for you.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Boy, we couldn't have picked a nicer day to film up here at the Trusting Spirit Horse Rescue Ranch just outside of Orondo. It is a gorgeous day. It's a sunny day. Make a Difference Day. And Saturday is going to be beautiful and sunny. A little on the cool side, but nothing we can't handle. And I got two lovely ladies here to talk about this great organization, the great work we do. Claudia is to my left. Cindy is to my right. They've been on the show. Well, Claudia's been on my show last year, but we thought, why have you in the studio, Claudia, when we can come out and look at this beautiful facility? And it's beautiful. I'm not disappointed at all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been an ongoing progress here. We can tell who's been here and who hasn't because people will come in and they'll go, wow. And I go, you haven't been here before. Other people come in and they go, wow. They can see the difference. And yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
Trusting Spirit Horse Rescue, in a nutshell, give me a quick little synopsis, Claudia, of what this organization does and how they go about doing it.
Well, we try and take in horses that are very, very much in dire needs. We don't take in just because it's an old horse and you want to get rid of it. These are horses that desperately need help. They need food, they need nutrition, they need health care. And then we try and bring them back to the high peak of their life and then find homes for them. There have been a couple that we weren't sure would ever get adopted, and it's so exciting when somebody comes along and that's the perfect horse for them, and that's what it's all about.
Well, horses are God's creatures too, Sandy, aren't they?
That's exactly right. In fact, this year we were fortunate enough to rehome a horse that had been here for, close to 5 years. And we were really sad because she was such a great horse, but just had a bad back leg. Well, somebody came in and said, and I got a little horse whose mother died, and he's been really lonely, and I'm looking for another horse just to be a companion horse. So Claudia called me. She goes, we're taking Bluebell. And off we went, and that has been a perfect match, and we're so happy when we can see that kind of results from the work that we do here.
And of course, horses are social animals. They don't like to be by themselves, do they?
That's exactly right, yes.
How do horses that need your services end up on your radar? Do you get phone calls from law enforcement, the ASPCA, the Humane Society? How do people say this is a horse that we need to send up to Trusting Spirit?
Yes, we work closely with the Humane Society and other rescue organizations like that. And when they find them, they do the investigation. They have the permission to go on their property and insist they take care of them. And then if it doesn't work out and they can't do it, then they call us, and if they have to seize them, we do have a place they can take them to when they seize them. On occasion, they will just say, call these people, they'll be able to help you. Don't have us keep coming back out and harassing you. And that has worked out a couple times too, where it's very, very gentle and the horse makes an easy transition.
You were going to say something, Cindy? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. Well, having been a horse owner myself, I can tell you horses are expensive. To feed horses, to care for horses, to take care of horses, they're well worth it. But obviously, the obvious question that I'm leading up to, where does the money come from to keep this place up and running and operating?
Well, it comes from, we have donors, individual contributors, and of course volunteers, and that's how we keep this running, is through that. And so we are always accepting donations. We have some that come in from families and groups that continue to maintain what we do. We have some that comes in from churches and organizations that come in on a regular basis to help out, and we're just very fortunate to have that kind of support.
We're going to take a little tour of some of the activities that are going to be going on here, some of the stuff that the Trusting Spirit needs to have done before the winter weather arrives, and it's all about Make a Difference Day on the 26th. But before we do that, Claudia, one last question. Talk about that lovely horse behind us there. That's a gorgeous animal.
Yes, Sebastian was born out here, and he's had intermittent training, and he really, really needs the finishing work done on him so he can find a home, because he is quite spirited, and we don't want to send him out unless he is ready to go. And Cindy is amazing at online work, and she's going to do a fundraiser online for us to try and contribute to his training so we can get that done and send him out.
Let's get Sebastian a home. It's a beautiful horse, just a gorgeous, gorgeous horse. And of course, everybody's up here. They're volunteering their own time, aren't they? They're coming up here to help feed the animals and give them some love and attention and everything like that. You got to love volunteers. Well, you got to love horses.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we're just very grateful that we have the support that we do have. So,
are you ready to take a tour of this lovely facility and talk about the projects that you're going to be hoping that you got lots of warm bodies to help you out on Saturday? Are you ready? Yes. So let's go take our tour.
This is Stephanie Steibel. She's my right-hand man out here. Between the two of us, we do the everyday work out here. And I couldn't continue, couldn't do it without her. So what I'd like to show you is this pen was in really bad shape, and it's been one of our cost share projects where everybody comes and helps us, and we get a certain amount back as a grant. And we put up the white vinyl. It keeps the horse from breaking it. It's safer. It's held up very well. And it looks a lot neater and nicer than dilapidated pens. So we kind of hope to continue with this and keep going with it.
And the horses aren't tempted to chew on it either, right?
That's correct, yes.
Or bend it down, as you'll see as we move up the wire. They just lean right over and bend it, so it's not long term. This, I believe, has a 30-year guarantee, so we're trying to make our investment the most for the buck.
The horse is up for adoption, by the way. She is a registered Mustang. When she came, she had a little baby. We were able to get the baby adopted out, and now she needs to be trained. I believe she probably was just used as a broodmare. Now she needs some training or just love. You know, she can be brushed, she can be hugged, and she would definitely do with both of those. This is an example, a great example of what's happening to our fences. We do have a little bit of issue keeping the electrical fences on. Like the black one over there is so smart. He will stand parallel to the fence and swish his tail and break that fence or that hot wire so he can lean over and then get the grass on this side. It's definitely not because he's starving. He's almost a little overweight actually, but that green grass is a little too tempting. So they will break the fences down, start breaking the posts down, and it's an ongoing continual battle.
If you're looking on our website, this is Ruby right here and Spirit, her son, in the background, and they have been longtime residents. They're both adoptable. The challenge is they're small in size and they're not trained to be ridden, so that it really needs a special person. This pen belongs to Sebastian, who we were working with in the arena earlier, and it was also a big part of Make a Difference Day last year. It was all wire fencing that was falling down or pushed down. We set all the posts that you see around the perimeter, and we put up the panel fencing. However, this year we did not participate in the cost share grant because we did not have enough labor hours to complete that and do the vinyl fencing. But that is in the future. We would really like to finish the vinyl fencing on this enclosure. And as you can see, the shelter is missing part of a wall. That would be a project that would need to be done to complete that. And a constant part of the horse rescue is, of course, manure control. And so that's always a job that is available on Make a Difference Day or any other time of the year.
They can bring their own bags and we will fill it up so they have organic gardening matter. We'd love to give it out the door that way.
And we actually have 2 compost runs up top that were part of a cost share grant. So that is 3-year-old or 4-year-old composted manure for gardens.
Yeah. Well, we will be getting a dumpster in for Make a Difference Day, so we have quite a few little piles and mounds that we would like to have volunteers to put all of our collectibles into it. We do collect a lot of old wood and metal and bits and pieces, and like garbage that does blow in from different areas. And we would like to start cleaning these piles up now. So definitely another project there. Be sure if you do this though that you wear heavy duty gloves, good work gloves, because there's wire, nails, boots so you don't step on any nails, anything like that. Good work clothes in general. Okay, another one of our projects is cleaning up hay shelters. If we clean that up, we keep the mice out a lot better, which also in turn keeps the snakes out in the summertime. So that's a big plus there. Nothing's worse than picking up a hay to feed it and have a snake hiss at you. Yeah, a little scary. So we could use a little help with that. Yeah, we do have some hay. If you have a good strong back, we could bring some hay over and you can stack it in the barns. Water troughs. We have water troughs that could be scrubbed if the weather is willing to let us do that. We drain them, scrub them, and then refill them with nice, clean, fresh water.
And Make a Difference Day is a great time of year where we can get out our tank heaters for each trough and put a tank heater in each trough. I think it's supposed to freeze towards the end of the week, so as well as tie the bins to the fence. These are still attached, but by many layers of baling twine, we'd like to clean that up and get those attached as well.
All right, so we will be out here on Make a Difference Day from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. If you can even give us an hour, we'd really appreciate it. We will have projects for all skill levels, and we will find something for you to do.
We can also use help other times of the year. Our cost share grant generally falls between March and the end of June, and we sometimes struggle to find help in the spring, and we get that cost share grant accomplished, like the vinyl fencing, with volunteers at that time of the year. You also saw Sebastian at the beginning of the show, and if you are interested in adopting Sebastian or any of our other horses here, then you can go online and download our adoption form and either email that to us or bring it with you.
Yeah. We are located between mile marker 139 and 140. We're the only white wood rail fence out here with the red gate that will be open. All right, when you're out here, you will have fun. You will enjoy this. And we will have a few limited snacks for you as an added incentive to show up. If you can only come later in the day, if you're going somewhere else first and want to stop by, excellent. We will be here.
Make it a tradition. We have groups who come out every year and they're so excited to see the other groups that they don't know anywhere else in their lives, but they meet here every Make a Difference Day.
There you go. Oops, I dropped it. Hold tight.
Take two.
Take two.
Thinking you're my friend.
Oops. I'm used to a bigger apple. Ah, the heck with it. Here.
Used to bigger apples. Come on, buddy.
Oh, now you're my friend. Here you go. Here you go. Enjoy. Woohoo! That was good stuff. That was fun. Let's come back tomorrow.
We're here because of the children, because the children need to be protected. Their needs aren't being met.
They didn't ask for any of this stuff. It's not their choices that got them here.
The more adults that a child has that love them, the better off they are.
Children need a whole community to raise them. And if we can do any little thing, it makes a big difference in the child's life.
Here's normal internet speed. Here's the fiber difference.
Average speed? Fiber. Not enough speed? Fiber speed. With fiber internet from Localtel, everything's different. Video streams free. Music and photos fly. And gaming gets real. All with award-winning service. Experience the fiber difference. Contact Localtel and upgrade today.
After 21 years at the Lake Chelan Mailboxes store, Jerry and Sherry are ready to retire. Jerry and Sherry would like to thank everyone and give some lucky person a business opportunity. That's right, you could own a great small business in Lake Chelan with a proven track record. This includes FedEx, UPS, and USPS services, making it a unique offer. For information on buying Chelan mailboxes, call Jerry or Sherry, and while you're there, wish them well.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Cosmetic surgery and treatment is the most personal of decisions. It is also a field that's evolving at an incredible pace. Dr. Jones, board-certified plastic surgeon, understands that once you arrive at the decision to enhance your appearance, you'll want proven, safe, state-of-the-art technology. You'll find this at Valley Plastic Surgery, delivered by an experienced and caring staff. Dr. Jones and his staff are ready to welcome you.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside, knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from Localtel. Call Guardian Security from Localtel now, or visit localtel.net to learn more.
And we are back on this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The sun is just getting the job done. Going to get the job done all day today outside of a few high clouds. A gorgeous day. Let's take a look at your weather forecast one more time from the National Weather Service. Lots of sunshine. Going to top off about 60. That's about what we hit yesterday. It was 59 degrees. We're going to do it all over again today. 42 for the overnight low tonight. But the big change comes on Friday. Windy conditions, very windy conditions. A very fast-moving, strong frontal system slides into our area on Friday morning. By Friday afternoon, it's going to be downright windy. We'll start out with a light west wind, then it picks up in intensity in the afternoon to about 21 to 26 miles per hour. We could see gusts here in the Wenatchee Valley, 43, 44, 45 miles an hour in the valley. Some of the exposed areas that are used to the wind, say like the Waterville Plateau, places like that, you could see very, very strong gusts on Friday afternoon and right on into Friday night. Gesundheit, Megan. So it's going to be breezy right into Friday night, 18 to 23 miles an hour, really. It will eventually die down, but if you have outdoor plans on Friday afternoon and Friday night, be prepared for the wind. It's going to be very windy indeed. And this frontal system is going to escort in some very chilly air. Look at the difference in the afternoon high between Friday and Saturday. A good 12 degrees cooler. We got Arctic air coming in with this system on Friday. And on top of that, there's going to be a high pressure ridge that's going to move from the eastern Pacific Ocean right over the Pacific Northwest. So it's going to be trapping that cold air down here on the valley floor. So we're going to go from above normal temperatures tomorrow to below normal temperature on Saturday. And look at the overnight lows. Saturday night, Sunday night, into Monday, right at the freezing mark, maybe even a little bit below the freezing mark, and possibly even by Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how big and how entrenched this high-pressure ridge is going to be with those cold temperatures, we could see some air inversion issues and some dirty air, quite possible by, say, Wednesday or Thursday. Can't tell you what the forecast is going to be like on Halloween. Don't know, it's too far away. I'm assuming if the models go out, it will be sunny but chilly. The one constant through this entire forecast period, sunshine, and lots of it, but very windy on Friday. All right, that's it, provided the show isn't canceled. We'll see you on Friday. Take care, bye-bye.